I was almost ready. I was like going to be 30 seconds late, and I figured, well, I'm already late. I might as well get as completely ready as I can. I had to get my coffee. Alrighty. Hey guys, thanks for stopping in. I'm going to do more of the same today. I've got several sealed boxes of cassettes, and then I've got a big stack of ones here that I've got in quantity. And when I get to those, I'm going to have to go a little bit slower than I normally go slow. So I can pick them out and swap the boxes around. And I'm going to run them for $4. And there's some coupons in the show notes. And then I'll probably put some of them in the buy now so they can sit there. And what's tonight? Tonight is Christmas music, 8-track, cassettes, and vinyl. And then tomorrow, I'm filling in on a slot in the Suburban Bish's Mini Misfits train. I will be selling vinyl records that are still sealed. It's only a half an hour slot. So I'm going to go pretty fast. They're going to be $3 starts. Nothing pre-listed except the buy it now stuff. But I'm just going to kind of fly through those because I've only got half an hour. So if you're interested in that, I'm not sure what everybody else is selling. Weeders, Bishy's Mini Bish is going to be doing some sort of artwork, and I forget what Bishy has. Mr. Bishy has Dungeon and Dragon dice and that type of different dice, and I don't know. Hey, Kelsey. I was creeping on your show last night, Kelsey. I sold ephemera and then rated out to somebody in the ephemera category and saw you were on, and I was creeping on your show a while. Your show's more entertaining than mine. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here. I'm going to start some music. If somebody in the ephemera show last night said no music, who should we listen to? Somebody tell me a genre. Not a genre, but a artist to put on my Spotify. Alternative? We can do alternative. I know you didn't suggest it, but there is no alternative station. So what? What time, Kelsey? And we'll just put it on the Nirvana station and let the Spotify AI pick the grunge that we want to listen to, I guess. 7 o'clock. Well, Kelsey, if you are still on after my Christmas show, I will raid into you. How long do you normally have your shows for? I'll probably still be going. I think I'm starting at 6. But I may not be, because if nobody's buying any of it, I'm not going to sit there all night and show 40-year-old vinyl records. if there's nobody wanting to buy Christmas music. All right, I'm going to get started. Same deal. Your choice. These are all still sealed. Hey, boy, Dior, are you looking for some cassette tapes? Got lots of them. Yeah, so here we go. Oklahoma, the Connells, Dionne Warwick, and Bullet LaVolta. So just doing 10 seconds. And it's running. And the Mini Misfits train might be Bishy's farewell tour. She said she retired, and then they drew her back in, and she came out of retirement for one more. Grateful for Your Love, King James Version, Wayne Newton, The Nylons, which are super retiring, and Nevada Beach. And there's a run. Bishy, I don't blame you. Have you derived any benefit whatsoever from the trains? Even if it's on an enjoyment level, or, I mean, Boy Dior, I'm sure I do. I've got hundreds of thousands of albums. I'll tell you what, if I find some, I'll save them out for you sometime and tag you and show you when I see you're not on. And I think I can remember that. New Order, Dwight Yoakam, another Dwight Yoakam, and Yanni. And that is running. If you're looking for jewelry, Boy Dior sells jewelry. If you're looking for big chunky jewelry, you probably like his shows. I don't know if chunky's the right word. You're making Butterfly has lists too. She showed me one last night. It had Iron Maiden and I forget already, but she did have a list that she threw on my lap. I can't believe you remembered that 1887 Mercantile. You said to rate into them, and I was thinking to myself, I don't think I've ever seen that person before. Go West, Indian Summer, Rat Machine, Rival Sons, and Kamikaze. Music for Radical Sports. So those are running. So Bishy, was there anything positive about trains whatsoever? Anything? The camaraderie? Or are you just like totally jaded and cynical now and you're just like, screw that, I hate trains and everyone that's involved with trains? That's another kamikaze. John Sari Tingri. There's another copy of that. Linda Ronstadt. Shaw Blades, Hallucination. Nancy Griffith, Late Night Hotel. And that's running. You know what they should do for these trains? When they have somebody that bails, like if they don't arrange somebody to come in and fill their slot, you ought to just run the show and have a sign with their username on it and be like, this person bailed on us. Unfollow them or say something bad about them or something. Harass them. Or, spend the whole show just getting everybody to tag them over and over again. Blow up their phone. Linda Ronstadt, the Chirping Crickets, the Connells, and Linda Ronstadt with Aaron Neville. And that's running. Vishy, I'll tell you, every train I've been in, I mean, I like to do your trains because I know you don't give a shit, basically. But every train I've been in, I've wanted to bail. And I think every train I've been in, there's been people that have bailed at the last minute or something. Kama Sutra soundtrack. Yeah. Bolson, I think that's it. I think that's that, and to have a whole bunch of different sellers, and the idea is to have a train that continues the whole way through. So like you want to have this massive amount of people that just follows along all day. Kama Sutra, Melissa Manchester, Belle Biv DeVoe, and the Chai Lights. But that's not the way it works, usually. Maybe in the beginning, or a year or so ago, but now everybody does trains, and everybody wants to be on trains because they run giveaways. So you got people, the sellers giving shit away, and the buyers are looking for giveaways, and that's how they get their followers. It's not because they like the seller or like the seller's merchandise. It's because they have to follow them to get in the giveaway. Oh, I just assumed you did because I thought everybody did. But got Psychomoto, Goat Alkaline, Post for Children, Flower, Blind Illusion, The Sane Asylum, and that was really dusty, The Saints Prodigal Son. And that is running. But there's people that just do trains and nothing else. Oh man, I'm unprepared, Bishy. I don't have my box to put my envelopes in. I got a bid. Hold on. Thank you, Skaboom. One of the problems with trains is a lot of new sellers will get on them because they want to reap all the sellers or all the followers, and you end up having really low quality shows, sort of like this one right here. And then the rest of the sellers don't follow it. The last train I was in last week, I wasn't in it. I stopped in to see what somebody was selling. There was like 4 people watching the show, and it was like an all weekend train. Well, there was the number said 6, so there was the seller, me, and 4 other people. Holly Dunn, Splack Pack, Pete Bardens, and Bauhaus. And those are running. See, I think that was always my take on it, Bolson. When I was doing the trains, thank you, Super Kelsey. When I was doing the trains, I'd save my best stuff, and I figured you have a built-in audience that's all there for that stuff. But some of my worst sales have been on trains. The people on the train, the other people, a lot of times they don't support it. If I'm on a train, I usually have the train open all day long on at least one device. And I go to work because I do this for a living. So I can't just sit there on my phone all day long and chat on the train and stuff. But I at least leave it open and share it and stuff. Most of the people on the trains, they don't even hang out for any of the other shows. So we got the Oklahoma City Memorial Service, Robert Hunter, the New Playa Sound, the La Playa Sextet, and James Galway Greatest Hits. I can bitch about trains for hours. I'm still bitter over the time I spent like $500 on really great paper items because I was supposed to be in one of the big paper trains. And I showed up to the train, and I don't think I sold $100 worth of stuff. I lost my ass on all that. And it was really good stuff. Jackie Kane and Roy Kral, Sondheim, Ray Glover, Picture Has Faded, Undertow, Right as Rain, and A Penitence, Organic Infest. Penitence. Please rerun. Okay, I'll do it. That's right. I've only been to Caboose once, and that was for one of Bishy's trains. And it was after I moved, and I didn't really have stuff ready, so I couldn't take advantage of it. But yeah, if you can be the Caboose, you definitely have an advantage. I signed up for one train, and it was a 10-minute long train. And I signed up before I realized it was a 10-minute long train. I spent 3 or 4 hours during my shows advertising the thing, telling everybody about it. And then the train conductor or engineer, whatever the hell you call them. What do you call yourselves, Bishy? They pulled out at the last minute, and they rescheduled it. Emperor's Waltz, Artie Shaw, Scare Dem Crew, Scare Dem Crew, Scared from the Crypt, and the Four Tops. Thanks for the follow, Das Coot, Conductor. Yeah. That was a good train there. They had a good idea. I didn't want to watch it. Did anybody else watch the Turkey Trot on Thanksgiving? I think it was. It was the day before. It was all day long, just 5-minute shows, and all they were doing was just giving away stuff and raiding into other trains or other people. Rapid fire. If you liked people screaming at you to get in the giveaway, you missed a great train if you didn't see it. So we have Dr. Ammon Iluka, Return of the Living Dead Part 2. I'm not going to wipe that off. A Dusty King and I. Living Dead 2 soundtrack. And that's running. What are you going to buy from Target with your riches, Bishy? Thanks, Bolson. I think I've only ever been to a Target once. Latin house flavor. And we just had one of those. Reggie Gaines. Please don't take my Air Jordans. Padlock. Special mixes by Larry Levon. Bolson, before I say I'm sorry, does she work there? Or is it just a... And that's glue leg. I'm sorry. They'd be like mall walkers. Go for exercise. The last time I was at a mall in rural Pennsylvania, which in rural Pennsylvania they're really bad. They're like 3 stores and lots of empty real estate. Oh, that's all that was there was mall walkers just walking in the winter around the mall. Clearance sections. We got new dark ages, but the radiators. Another dance hall sizzling. Holy hell! I got a bunch of those. They're not all together though. Nancy Griffith, another one, and Pat Metheny works. That is always nice to have a thing like that, Bolson. Butterfly, that's kind of what she does. She loves those clearance sections. Every time we're at Walmart, she hits the clearance sections. And she's always so sweet. She always asks me if I want anything. And I'm like, no. But she does find some good stuff. Another Reggie Gaines, Tommy Boy, Greatest Beats, Good Things, The Masters 5, Statesman's, and Blackwoods. And the one day I had to get some pictures printed at Walmart for something, and they had clearance vinyl right there beside the picture place. And I didn't think it was not really clearance prices. It was just kind of like on sale. Still pretty expensive for the new vinyl. Bishy, that's what Butterfly used to do. In her previous life, she would buy the clearance stuff and resell it online. Bobby Hutcherson, Mass, Voices in the Night, Lonnie Johnson, Losing Game, and Robert Hunter, Tales of the Great Rum Runners. And those are running. And Target was one of her go-to places. I guess after Christmas she'd go in and scoop up tons of toys. Some of those are a good investment if you can afford to sit on a massive volume of toys for 10 or 15 years. She had a bunch of Legos that she had me sell online that were 10 and 15 years old, and they did really well. So that's Sugar Smack Top Loader. Don't know what that is. Indecent Obsession and a little night music, probably a compilation, and Confidente de Secundaria or something. I don't know what that is. Mac and Mabel in concert. And now we just had one of those, and nobody even wanted to have one of those. Zuzu's Pedals, Music of Your Life. The Dirty Dozen Brass Band, Voodoo. And Lonnie Johnson, Losing Game. I think we just had one of those, too. Yeah, unfortunately, Butterfly just, I think when she got divorced, she stopped selling. And she just had them stored in her garage. And she had a yard sale. Oh, I got a cough. She had a yard sale, she said, and her kids kind of just threw them about afterwards. And a lot of the boxes got bunged up a little bit, so they weren't absolutely mint, but they were still sealed. Garibaldi, Big Soul Band, John Griffith Orchestra, Hank Jones, and Nancy Griffith. And those are run. Hey, Ohio. Yeah, some of those Lego sets are freaking hundreds and hundreds of dollars. There's another Dirty Dozen Brass Band. That's What You're Gonna Do with the Rest of Your Life. Spooner, The Fugitive Dance. The Best of Master Ace. And a Pedro Guzman. Yeah, those are run. Thank you, Keep It Underground. Number 4. Gabby Griner and Bert Panta Brown. I don't know. Some sort of reggae looking thing. Gotham series House Party. Dave Edmunds, Plugged In. And we just had one of those. Various Serenades by the Regensdorf Amusement Orchestra. The Olympics. Dingo Fish Band. Robert Johnson, Love in Vain. And Infected. The 12 from Texas. Hey, Kristen. Are you crafting this morning? Or are you slinging craft supplies? I don't want to people any day. The part I like about this is the people, I can't see them or hear them. Indie Top 20. Red House by Albert King, Camara Jones, Twisted, and Sylvia Jacosa, One Thing. And that's running. Good morning, Ghost. So we have Mighty Sparrow, Hot Like Fire, James Galway, Wind of Change, Howlin' Wolf, I Am the Wolf, and Milton Nascimento, or something like that. This is running. I don't know, Minta, Hot Madras, Roxette. That one's not sealed. Put that one down there. Jeffrey Gaines. And An Ice Cold July. And those are running. Hey guys, welcome in. I'm doing sealed cassette tapes. Choice of what I throw up there. I did put some stuff in the buy now. Feel free to make offers on it. The Idols, the Idols, Itales, I don't know. Easy to catch. And we got 01, The Domino Effect. No idea what that is either. Wanda Jackson, Greatest Hits. And that's running. It's amazing how little knowledge I have in the products that I sell. On Whatnot, it's almost like anybody with access to a cell phone and some sort of inventory of some kind of crap, you can all of a sudden become an e-commerce seller. You don't have to know nothing. Millie Jackson, Pedro Guzman, Ziska Can, and there's another Pete Bartons. And those are running. Kristen, in my show last night, I don't think I saw you there. Uh, I had these envelopes that had paper in them, and it turned out they're mostly photos. That's another one of those. I was pulling them out, and so I decided they were only selling for $1. So I was giving 2 mystery ones, and then I'd show one. So you get 1 cabinet photo and 2 mystery ones, and those are running. And so you get 3 photos, and if you didn't bid, I would add more to it. They were selling for like $2 and $3 for the most part, sometimes 1, sometimes 4. The last auction I had doing it that way, I had 2 sealed envelopes, and I told the people, I'm not going to show these to you, because everybody wanted to see what their surprise ones were. I said, I'm not going to show these no matter what. You're bidding blind. There's 2 of them, 2 of whatever is in these envelopes. And the thing sold for $6. It was the highest priced one I had of the stack of like 50 or 75 of these things. Fat Beach. And I'm like, what the hell? No nudes. I didn't know what they were. And, well, the thing was, it was a mystery every time because there were 2 of them you couldn't see. Plus, you got one you did see. And, like, Ohio picked some up, I think, for $1. And then I said, here's 2, and I'm not going to show you. And everybody wanted to see them, though. They all bid on them. Everybody that won wanted to see what was in the mystery ones right then. I guess. Paul Glass. Tommy Boy's Greatest Beats, Volume 2. The Definition of Sound, Love, and Life, A Journey with the Chameleons. And Red Alert, Red Garland. And that's running. Was it? It's not so much that I learned anything. Well, you said it, Kristen. And I would be much more successful on this site if I would get over my desire not to screw people over just using simple psychological techniques that can be employed to get a few extra bucks. I feel so guilty. It's like, because nobody needs any of this shit. I'm not selling insulin. Oh, Joey Lawrence. How's he, Bishy? Do you like Joey Lawrence? I'll raise my voice and tell you how much you do need this stuff. So Joey Lawrence, Mozart's Greatest Hits, Dogman, King's X Dogman, and Phantom of the Opera. I hear that all the time at like our on-site sales and stuff from the husbands. I don't need anything. I don't need this shit. Meanwhile, their wives are balls deep into boxes of crap, throwing shit off to the side, looking through, digging like Ohio does at the bins. That's what most of the U.S. economy is, on stuff people don't need. The whole country survives on it. Something Puerto Rico up there, Kama Sutra soundtrack, Latin dance explosion, and The Lion King. You don't need this negativity, Kristen. You've been here before. There's a there's always a drought of positivity in my shows. That's what it is, Ohio. I always said I'm a drug dealer. I don't sell antiques and collectibles. I sell tiny hits of dopamine. John Lee Hooker, alone. John Lee Hooker sitting here thinking. And Lloyd Price. Oh, I'm not telling you not to hoard. I don't do that. Butterfly likes her stuff, and I don't like her stuff, but I always tell her I like her, and I like the fact that she likes her stuff because it makes her happy. And that's running. Is it worth it, though? Is it worth having cancer to play the cancer card? See what it gets you. Oh, we missed it. Bishy, you're not. You must be. Bishy, where'd Bishy go? Belly button. A large cookie company. I don't have any idea what the sales of snacks on this site are, but that orientation I had that night, I did that with district. There was somebody on there, and that's what they wanted to do, was open up a district group selling snacks. Blue Airplanes, Amy Grant Christmas, the Crying Game soundtrack, and some sort of Spanish thing from the Piratas del Norte, which I'm guessing is Pirates of the North. That's from Bolson. You got to tell everybody what cookies we should buy. It's obscured. Thanks, Bolson. Throw it in the Christmas pile. What should I start everything at during my Christmas show? Will I ever sell CDs? I don't know. I hate CDs. These things are virtually indestructible. Even ones that have been played a whole bunch, I mean, they almost never don't work. I've sold hundreds of thousands of these things, and I mean, other than that little pressure pad coming off, they work. And everybody can replace the pressure pad. But CDs, you got to look at every one to make sure they're not scratched. And I'm certainly not firing up the buffing machine for the $1 CDs that people sell on here. Chris Connolly, Pheno Bar Bam Blam. That's a pretty good one. The Best of Little Eva, Lord Melody, Precious Melodies, and Count Basie, Basie Street. Well, I don't know. I've got enough other stuff to sell at this time. I might. I don't know. I have a bunch of sealed ones somewhere too. I might do sealed ones, but it's probably not crap you want to listen to. Yes, I did. $3. Brave New Music. CNC Music Factory. Nobody wanted that Phenobar Bambalam. That used to be a pretty. Used to have some value to it. Patti LaBelle, Be Yourself. And An Officer and a Gentleman soundtrack. And those are running. Yeah, I watched her for a little bit, and then I don't know if I fell asleep or Pokemon cards. No, I don't have. Well, I've got some somewhere. I don't know where they're at though. Lard, The Power of Lard EP. Lenny Kravitz, Are You Going My Way? Or Gonna Go My Way? Mighty Spoiler, Unspoilt. And Mighty Sparrow. These reggae guys, they just put Mighty in front of their names. I'm gonna start calling myself the Mighty Josh. I don't know what lard is. Hardcore punk and industrial. Not that lard. That one's Mighty Terror. Congratulations on unlocking your crown, Mason. Now you can save 5% or whatever my deal is for the bronze level. If you click on the rewards thing, it tells you. Bishy, I made a special diamond level reward just for you, and you didn't even notice. I made the percentage off of one of the coupons for my diamond level your favorite number. You can save that much percentage. I think you have to spend $10,000 though. I don't know what we fixed. So we have Once in His Island, Damn Yankees, and that Spanish lady that I don't know singing with Juan Gabriel. Il Al Scratch. You probably weren't going to spend $10,000 either, but I was just kind of annoyed making those. I just kept making more and more. I was like, this is stupid. Why? This is the most confusing, cumbersome rewards program that's running. It's just, why not make a certain percentage when people hit a certain level of purchases and just stays on constantly? Who wants to sit there and plug that in every single time they buy something? Especially when most of the sellers on here are selling nickel and dime stuff like this. Half the people probably sitting around at night with their tablets or phones propped up on their bellies, watching the stuff, and they don't want to move their finger to the crown and back to the wallet to save a few percent on something that's $2. Alright, so this couple are unsealed, so we'll put those down there. You got pitch shifter desensitized, Beverly Hills Ninja, Mighty Terror, and the Dirty Dozen Brass Band plays Jelly Roll Morton. The thing, I don't, what, I ask repeatedly what I should put for the rewards. And how do you choose? A lot, like on my ephemera shows, I start everything at $1. So if something sells for $1, after that stupid credit card processing fee that they make you pay on every single time somebody buys something, you make like 40 cents. Thanks, Bolson. I got an offer? And then if you take another 7 cents off of that, you're down under 30 cents. I mean, you're losing money on basically the bubble wrap in a manila envelope. Thank you for the offer on that film, Dirt McGirt. I accepted that. If only there was a large constituency of shoppers that just wanted to hear me rant. It's not pretty, Kristen. I make no claims that it's beautiful. Mo Money soundtrack, the mighty spoiler again, and that's Last Exit with all those people. I'm guessing it's some sort of jazz. No, I never got liberal papers, and they're running. It's some sort of ultra right wing conservative paper that somebody at that place that recycles them. Oh, what is it called? The Epic Times. And if you don't know what the Epic Times is, it's owned by a group in China, and it's a propaganda newspaper. But it's all real right wing stuff, and it gets conservative people all fired up when they read it. And but it's owned by basically communist China. It's Friday. All right. Hey, easy. Delamitri Waking Hours, the Canadian Brass Bolero, Lori Morgan, and Preacher Rattlesnake Wine. And that's running. Are you having any shows? Post your shows if you're having them this weekend. Tell us all about them. Did Dan say, screw this, I'm not doing no more shows after his accident? Sopranos soundtrack. Blind Pig sampler. The Pope. And the B-52s, Good Stuff. Those are running. Bishy's 4:30 tomorrow with the mini train of misfits. He's doing an in-person show. Well, you should film him for Whatnot. Film him, whatever you call it now when you point a phone at somebody and push the button. Go live, yeah. The Chieftains, Celtic Harp, in a rub-a-dub style, number 3. I'm guessing that's some sort of reggae. We've got Oliver Cast recording and Ohio Players Honey. And that's running. Welcome in, Cheshire. You win the award for the best profile pick of the day. No, The Sopranos did not sell. Would you like me to run it again? $4. There's coupons in the show notes. You can save $2. If you go to the show notes and plug in a coupon. You got to jump through hoops to bring the price of these down below a bottle of bottled water. Up front, David Sanborn. The Bass Project, Trans Euro Bass Volume 1. Sopranos soundtrack up there. And Howlin' Wolf Bluesmaster. So those are running, your choice, all still sealed. Thank you, Gert. You will be at silver level, crown level in no time. Dirt McGirt already made an offer for me to purchase previously. Bishy, I was telling Butterfly how impressed I was that you remembered that person's username. That Dennis Brown, overproof, and not oven proof, overproof. Billy Squire, Enough is Enough. Another Howlin' Wolf, that's the gold collection. And Terrence Blanchard, Malcolm X soundtrack. Both Howlin' Wolf. I just do choice dirt. Just bid, and then you can tell me 1, 2, 3, or 4, and I gotta find that Howlin' Wolf and what box I put it in. So there's the other Howlin' Wolf. it's running. You can just tell me 1, 2, 3, or 4 if you win. Thank you, Dirt. You want this one? Okay. And I will add to it the Everly Brothers, and we'll run those again since you wanted the other Howlin' Wolf. And I'm almost out of sealed ones in the box here, but I'm going to continue with the sealed ones here. Thank you, Dirt. I'll just assume you want that one. I've got big boxes of ones behind me, and they are. I got a few more in this one, but these are all still sealed, still. But these are ones I have in quantity. My numbering system, Hazy? Mr. Magic's Rap Attack. The Neville Brothers, Brothers Keeper. The Shutov Assembly by Brian Eno. And Peggy Scott Adams, Help Yourself. And that's running. So here coming up, I've got these big boxes of them. And so I'm going to have to go a little bit slower to make it even more tiresome to listen to me. A lot of these are in quantity. So I'm going to run one from each one, and then later today I'll put them in my buy now for $5 like I have been doing. But the stuff that's in the buy now, feel free to make offers on it. And like I said before, unless they changed it, you can get on a PC and you can offer more than 20% off. So like you want to offer 50% off, you should be able to get on a PC and make the offers on there. Left to right, top to bottom. What do they go? 1, 2, 3, 4? Seriously? Why? It's clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't even number things right. So we have 1 Gabriel and Jackson 5 Skywriter. 1, 2, 3, 4. The thing is, I actually thought about it and paused for a sec when I figured out how I was going to do that, and I thought, well, that's the most intuitive. It's clockwise, like numbers on a clock. I can't flip my table. It's got cassettes all over it. It could be really crazy and have the camera facing me with that mirrored effect where it's backwards. I was trying to show records the other day like this on the tablet, but I was like over to the side. Well, I'm going off to the side, but you can't see it. So I could look across to the wall where I had my laptop sitting on the shelf, and I'm trying to maneuver things without seeing them on the tablet and see them on the. It was a mess. I'm not cute. Butterfly says I am, but I don't know. She wears glasses. So we have comedy classics, Barbara Streisand. What was this? Sister Machine Gun Burn, and Jesus Jones, or is it Jesus Jones? I don't know, but those are running. See, I got to go a little bit slower because I got these in quantity and I want to get them out of order so I can put them in the store. Thank you, Cheshire33, for the follow. So these are all still sealed. That is Barbara Streisand, the Christmas album. And the Saints, Prodigal Son. Does he get better sales and tips when he flexes? Really? Oh, well, maybe I'll have to start working out. Alrighty, let me find it. So I'm going to throw a couple of these Barbara Streisands up here for the Christmas show. I'm doing Christmas music tonight. If you've been here with me from the beginning at 6:30, you've heard me say that 47 times. But yeah, message me the Flexi guy. I want to see him. I got to mostly not because I'm into guys that are flexi, but mostly because I want to see what level of flexiness I have to attain in order to get tips. So there's the Sister Machine Gun. Senbishi, the user ID of the flexi person too. Oh, we have Bass Factory. We got butts, but no belly buttons in there. When is my Christmas show? Who tipped me? Thanks, Bishy. My Christmas show is tonight. I don't know. I think it's 6 o'clock. Blotto, I want to be a lifeguard. Franco Ambrosetti, Movies 2. So, choice of those. I'm selling Christmas music tonight. It's going to be mostly vinyl. I do have some cassettes and 8-tracks, dozens of them, but I've got hundreds of vinyl albums. I know you're really concerned about it. You probably don't have a record player. Thank you, guys. Or an 8-track player, or cassette player. Refrain from saying negative things about analog music while I've got a few customers in here that might be into analog music. So we got Bounty Killer, some sort of reggae, Doyle, Bram Hall, something, Bird Nest on the Ground. I think that's blues. You have a CD player. I haven't had time to go through CDs. Marty Brown, Wild Kentucky Skies, and Van Cleburne. Those are running. If I get some spare time today between shipping this stuff, which I haven't sold too much, and the shipping the ephemera from last night, shoveling out my driveway and trying to get the show ready, I'll try to look for some CDs for you of Christmas music. And if I do happen to find any, I'm going to make sure that Bishy blows you up with tags until you get to the point you'll block her because she's tagging you so much. Alright, so yeah, this is going to go a little slower because I've got to use a lot of these are in quantity and I want to offer them once for $4 before I just stick them in the store. You got the Meanies 10% Weird, Bullet La Volta, the gun didn't know I was loaded. And we have Omar and the Howlers, Monkeyland, Boy Band Christmas. So you're requesting Boy Band Christmas from like the 90s when they were on, started being on CD, I guess. And that's running. All right, well, I hope if I ever have cancer that I survive it so I can use the cancer card as well. Did you really have cancer? Sorry if you did. There was some. I can use Kristen's card. I know this lady online. She calls herself Kristen. I don't know if that's her real name, but she had cancer. I read an article a week or so ago that there's a band in Pennsylvania who I'd never heard of, but apparently they were some metal band. Well, the guy started a GoFundMe account and told everybody he had cancer to raise a lot of money, and well, then it turned out his bandmates kind of like started questioning him because he didn't ever look like he had cancer, and they called bullshit. And here it turned out he didn't have cancer, and yeah, he had to apologize and give back a lot of money, I guess. His problem was he admitted to lying about it. You got to keep on that lie no matter what. They can't prove that you don't have cancer. Juan Gabriel, Hooters, We Came to Play, House of Pain, Same as It Ever Was, and Madonna, the Dick Tracy soundtrack. Oh, it's irrelevant, Kristen. You said you had it. We all believe it. Nobody's going to question you. And even if they do, just stick to the story. Because questioning somebody whether they really had cancer is just like kind of a dicky thing to do. Notice I did it. Thank you, Bolson. Yeah, they question it. Did you want to see my scar? It's not funny. I know. It's horrible. Cancer's horrible. And I've heard butthole cancer is very horrible. I don't know. You never know what's illegal on this site. They couldn't say mustache rides last night on here without it censoring it. Keith's dropping the F-bomb. And yeah, well, Tata's was couldn't show that last night for some reason either. So we got Juan Gabriel and whoever that lady is that I don't know how to pronounce. The Holy Barbarians Cream, which is another word you're not allowed to say if you put it in the chat with pants. The Midwestern, the Hannibals, and the Hollies, and Midas Touch. Do you have an OnlyFans, Kristen? See, bitch, it doesn't work. Can't put shorts either. Does anybody have an OnlyFans account that they use? You can't cream your overalls either. You can't cream anything that's clothing related or they'll censor it. Bishy's trying everything she can think of to get it through the censors. And she's the mod. Butterfly. Technically, I think it's spelled N-U, isn't it? You're like, that's like cow, no. Or at least that's how I spelled it. Alright. But you can say cream of wheat. What about cream my wheat? Robert Hunter, Promontory Rider, Brigadier Jerry, Sarah Brown. Nope, you can't cream your wheat either. And Paul Glass. If I miss anything in the chat, just let me know. Okay, this is Rain Glover, Picture Has Faded, Eddie Rabbit, Radio Romance, and A League of Their Own soundtrack. And we'll put up Hank Jones just for fun. And that's right. I tried to get people going in the chat last night. I tried to get a fight started, but nobody was wanting to fight. Yeah, takes a little bit longer because each one of these boxes that I have has multiples of them, so I gotta kind of sort them out. Malcolm X soundtrack. Spencer Davis Now. See, Bishy, I try to. Oh, is that a belly button? Got a little bit of dust on there. I think it's down there in the shading, but I think we're going to call that belly button number 2, I think. MTV Party to Go Everly Brothers. And that's running. If I'm not spunky during my show, then people say that I'm depressing and boring and don't bid. And then if I'm spunky, they say I'm spunky and don't bid. I'm just going to do a show in total silence. I'm just going to have little cards I hold up that say bid or something and just run stuff. And not say anything the entire time. Backtrack Blues Band. Mudhoney. We do. Oh, there's Dr. Mastermind. The Dr. Mastermind was like the one I had the other night. It's the shrink is. What's that? Just be fake. That 69% off is only on purchases of over $10,000, I think. I listed that Trump coin or something for like 100,000 that time, hoping somebody would just accidentally or being a smartass and do it, and they didn't. Kelsey was here earlier. I don't know if she's just lurking or whether she keeps going in and out of consciousness. Thank you, Kelsey. So to that, we'll add The Wonderful and Frightening World of the Fall. So it's running again. Well, you could just come and sit beside me and be silent with me, and we could just not listen to anything. Thank you, Bolson. Butterfly. Bishy told me that I'm doing the numbering system wrong here. They were so happy to see her home. But then Bubba climbed all over me. But yeah, they were excited to see her. Oh, Hazy was the one criticizing me. Osmosis Jones. Oh, Manford Man. If somebody wants that, there's one that's not all messed up in a shrink that I can pull out. And what else do we have here? Box Greatest Hits. And that's running. Belly Button 3. Oh, we're flying now. Good catch there, Bishy. I think I would have missed it. Oh, there's a Culture Club. Get Boy Dior in here. Surely he's still up. If he was up earlier. Do I have that beach? Yes. Oh, you got it? I didn't see it. How'd you do it? Oh man, you're quick. You got in before Hazy's Fat Beach. So we have the Flaming Lips. What the hell name is that? Telepathic Surgery. Dance Hall Queens. Uh, I don't know. I don't know if there's any actual visible belly buttons in that one now. Culture Club, The Best of, and MC Light. Ain't no other. Oh, it's okay. I'll save one for him. Butterfly says there's surely a belly button, so I'm gonna say we'll just count all those 5 people that have partial belly buttons, like side belly buttons or whatever. We'll count that as one. How about that, Bishy? And so I'm gonna save out a Culture Club for Boy Dior. We'll save that for him. He's bought a lot of stuff off of me in the past, and he started selling on here. And he sells jewelry if you're into jewelry. He likes big chunky jewelry, or I don't know what the word would be for the type of jewelry he likes. Statement pieces, I guess, is what everybody calls them. So we have Black Stalin, Messages to Sunder, Rerun. What did you want, Kelsey? Oh, it's okay. It's just right here. I just don't know which one you want. We have the Fall, Middle Class Revolt, Robin Hitchcock, and I Love the Mekons. I can't remember what was up there. There was MC Light, Culture Club. The Flaming Lips. Okay. There's the Flaming Lips. Telepathic Surgery. That one's running. Thank you, Kelsey. Fat Boys. Coming back hard again. Front 242. Fall Seminole Live. And another fall. So dusty on some of these. Front 242. Upheaval. The Fall Seminole Live. And the Frightening Wonderful World of the Fall. I think we had one of those earlier. And those are running. Alrighty, guys. I am going to go refill my coffee and do a buyer's giveaway. I don't think there's two of them needed. So I think you'll have pretty good chances if you bought something. But I'm going to go refill my coffee, and then when I get back, I will put a stack up there to choose from, and we'll do a giveaway. But I'm out of coffee. So, giveaway is running. Feel free to make offers on the buy it now. Like I said, if you get on a PC, you should be able to make offers that are a lot less than what's on there. And I'm happy to sell the buy it now stuff for less because a lot of it I have in quantity and want it to disappear. Give me a minute, guys. I'll be back. And if you're a seller, feel free to advertise your shows. Not too many people in here, but tell them when you're selling, what you're selling. It's a poor attitude, Bishy. Especially when I've been told repeatedly that my bad attitude is not conducive to better sales. Ohio, I had somebody tell me yesterday that they like to watch your shows occasionally because you have a potty mouth. That's why I started watching them. It doesn't take much to amuse me. So these are going to be there's going to be giveaway choices. Is what these will be. Ooh, fat boys, Mac Daddy. So take a look at what I'm putting up here if you're actually interested in cassettes. I'm building the giveaway pile, and then I'll run it for choice one time. And if you just join me, there are coupons in the show notes. Guess that's about all I can fit on the screen, or at least on my screen. Congratulations, Skaboom. Mass. Alright, you see what the choices are. I'm going to add a Jerry Garcia and Friends Keystone Encores to it. And I'm going to run choice of that whole pile. Pretty much showed them all. Hold on, let me grab a mass out of here. So that's going to be... I'm adding another mass to it in case somebody else wanted that. But those are your choices. And it's running. Choice of the whole stack. Which one is it, Kelsey? So nobody wants any of those. Some death metal one. Okay. So we got all those. We got Hair, original cast recording, Harlem Rock and Blues Volume 3, Heatwave, Patty Lupone, and Bruce Hornsby, Harbor Light. And that's running. Yeah, I don't know which one Skaboom was talking about. A lot of these bands, I really don't know what they are. A lot of it, there's obscure metal, and there's a lot of industrial in there. And if he tells you the title of it, I might have another one that I don't know. I can't guarantee it. Akin Bonham Pack, whatever that is. We have Trouble in Angel City, the Brothers Brooks, and the Nat Adderley Quintet. Ghost has a death metal cassette show on 12/21. That is running. Who said that? Was that toothpaste? No, Ghost. Ghost, do you have the stuff pre-listed? We have Pretenders packed, Buffalo Tom, City of Joy soundtrack, and the Moody Blues True Story. So Ghost has a teaser up if you want to see what the death metal show is going to be about. I guess that's not too awful far away at this point. A couple weeks. Those ones are running. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him say much, if anything. Alright, the next ones are going to be Carol and Hester. Self-titled The Last Action Hero soundtrack. Katie Lang Ingenue and Richie Havens Cuts to the Bone. No, Cuts to the Chase. So those are running. Good morning, Dawn. Thank you, Ghost. Which one would you like? Did you get that one right, Bishy? Dawn, have you been counting down the days to spring training? It's probably too early to be even doing that. It's just be depressing when it's 19 degrees out. Gene Krupa, Drummer Man. John Hyatt, Bring the Family. Oh, here's one. You want me to run an eSham? Does anybody want an eSham? I've got one listed for $25, I think, in the pre-listed stuff. And The Art of Noise. I see the headlines. I see Phillies, Mets, and Pirates headlines in my Google News feed and the little blurbs, but I don't click on them because it's like it's like tabloids. They should trade this person and that person, or maybe they might trade, and those are running. Well, that's one of those on eBay sold for $75. That's why I have it listed at 25 in the pre-listed stuff. And there isn't another one on there now. Well, I listed one, but there wasn't another one. Dodgers sign everyone. Thank you. Keep it underground. The last blurb I saw yesterday was that Alonso was going to the Astros. I hope Butterfly fell back to sleep because she's probably going to be pissed if she hears that. But I don't think the deal wasn't done. But Oh, here's another one keeping underground. This is male dominance. I'll throw that one up there. Esham male dominance. Oh, me too, Dawn. And butterfly can't stand them either. You know, they always say, every time you hear somebody talk about him, they say he's a real nice guy and he's a team player and everything. I can't take his body language. The way he gets up there and bounces around, and the pitch is like half an inch inside, and he dives out of the way and does a little dance. And thank you, keep it underground. And then he catches a fly ball and he acts like he had some ridiculous play that on a routine fly ball. Yeah, that's it, Don. I'll add Eric Dolphy, but I think you guys were all bidding on the one that sold. Who's running? But Cohen's like a zillionaire, so if he wants them, he'll just buy them. Which, if they end up getting him and Alonso leaves, that's probably going to piss a lot of people off. Oh, sorry, butterfly. It was just rumors at this point. I think it wasn't a trade confirmation or anything. I haven't been reading the articles because they're just basically fluff pieces or whatever, trying to get clicks. Okay, we've got Charles Earland, The Unforgettable, The House of Love. I don't know what that is. Jesus Christ Superstar, and Soft Machine As If. I'll give Judge a few more years and he won't have to worry about standing out there trying to catch pop-ups. He'll just get up to bat and once every couple innings and hit home runs occasionally. Those are running. Yeah, I'm really hoping the Mets don't get Soto, even though it would probably help them. Because when they had Vogel back, every single time he come up to bat, we had to. It was our couch exploded with all sorts of negative comments, and I'm sure the same thing would happen if they got Soto. But at least Soto would actually get some hits occasionally. I'm not sure what Vogelback's doing now. Uh-oh. Oh, is she? What number is that, Bishy? The Music of Madonna, 17 instrumental hits. Belly Button 5. Matthew Sweet and Roy Orbison and Joan Armatrading. And those are running. I understand that having a weight problem, there's nothing some people can do about it. But when you're paid millions of dollars a year, get on the treadmill for a couple hours a day in the off season. And I would think that most people with a weight problem, if they were paid millions of dollars, to not have a weight problem, they could probably get on the treadmill themselves, as long as they don't have some sort of physical problem that keeps them from walking. I think they traded him to the Blue Jays, or the Blue Jays picked him up for some reason, but I don't know if he stayed there. We have the Yellow Jackets. We have fetus, or hole scraping fetus off the wheel, a Yellow Man, and a Doomwatch Symphony of Decadence. You're a Cubs and Twins fan. I'm a Mets fan because that's what Butterfly is. I'm just happy that she likes to watch baseball. I don't care what team she likes. But I root for the Mets because that's who she likes. Oh, I won't say that out loud, Toothpaste, because Butterfly's just listening, probably not reading. Those are fighting words. So those are running. Doomwatch, Yellow Man, Hole, Scraping Fetus Off the Wheel, and Yellow Jackets, The Spin. Dawn's a lifetime Phillies fan, but Dawn's actually down by Philly somewhere. So, number one, thank you, Ghost. And the thing is, usually being a Mets fan, even though I'm closer to Pittsburgh than Philly, being a Mets fan first and a Pirates fan second, just based on location, I end up rooting for the Phillies in the postseason. But now Dawn's going to get depressed. So I'm going to add to that MOD, Surf and MOD. And that's running. Toothpaste, I've been wishing the same thing since I was a little kid. It's infuriating, the piss poor amount that they spend on players. Thank you for that, Ghost. Wait, was that the one you wanted that time? Or was that one from before? Okay, yeah, a different one. All right, thank you. Dawn, did you see what they did with Rowdy Tellez, the Pirates? He got within, I think, 4 at-bats of getting a $250,000 bonus, and they sat him for the last several games of the season, so they didn't have to pay him the $250,000. So we got, what do we got here? Dwight Yoakam this time. Oh, there's no comparison. I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, but I would take a team full of Telezes over a team full of Vogelbacks any day. So that's an emotional fish, sloper, and whatever that is. Kaioretsu na rhythm characters. I don't know. YMO. And that is running. Well, Dawn, I must say that it is slightly depressing that you're saying it too early to start counting down, because it was a couple days ago when I first started thinking about it. So I must have been really early. Alright, here we have Juan Gabriel, the High Lows, more Fat Beach. Holy crap. They must have really thought that soundtrack was going to be something. Genesis, Abacab. I don't go to games very often if you're asking me. We went last summer to one. I'm not real close to Pittsburgh. I'm like 100 miles away from Pittsburgh. I'm out in the middle of nowhere. The High Lows, Genesis, Juan Gabriel, and what's this? I don't know. Plus du Pour. Looks like horror themes or something. I don't know. It's in French. And those are running. Yeah, Dawn's hardcore. She flew to England to watch a game. I think she was there for other things. Thank you, Ghost. Number 3. Oh my, it's 8:30. All right. Well, despite this being a great deal of fun, I'm going to have to get off of here and get my shipping done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a stack like I did before. I don't know. Mr. Bishy. And it'll be the same deal. I'm going to make a stack and I'm going to start the giveaway. I'm going to do 2 giveaways. You get to pick from the stack. And if you want to get in the giveaway and you haven't bought anything, you have 5 minutes to go buy something while I make this stack. And then after I do the 2 giveaways, I will run it once to make sure that there's nothing somebody wanted to spend $4 minus the coupons on. Loudness, Soldier of Fortune. Firehouse, Hold Your Fire. Aversion, The Ugly Truth. Thanks for coming, Toothpaste. There's an Enya Memory of Trees. Mitsubishi. Paul McCartney. 812 Soldiers. John Lee Hooker, Boom Boom. What? Badfish. The Badfish Boys. Lerv. Or Lerv, the Badfish Boys. I don't know which is the band and which is the name of the thing. See you later, Dawn. Thanks for stopping. Handle chamber music. And again, I will be doing Christmas music tonight. I think at 6 o'clock. But look at my other auctions if you're interested in Christmas music. It'll be on cassette, 8-track, and vinyl. Mostly vinyl. I may not have a show tomorrow morning. Being that I've got a bunch of other ones. And I've got to get ready for my Sunday show. But tomorrow night I will be in the mini Misfits train or mini train of Misfits at like real late, like some ungodly hour, 9:30 or something. And I'll be doing Sealed. sealed LPs in that show. So there's your choices. I'm going to pull it and then do another one. I am. It's mentally draining doing this. Like, doing manual labor all day would be less tiring than this for me. Who won that? Was that Skaboom again? Skaboom wins every time. Is he the only one that bought anything? So there's the other one's running. It takes the loudness. Where'd the loudness go? The loudness is down there. What's stopping you, Mr. Bishy? Just get on a Greyhound and come organize. Wait, I didn't say you could bother me. I just organize. You come organize, and we'll do, like, instead of wife swap, we'll do house swap. I'll just go and hang out at your house and craft, and you come organize my stuff while I'm doing that. They have a very nice stadium, Bolson. It's a much nicer stadium than Three Rivers was. Alrighty, I'm gonna pull this. And I didn't see if there was any pre-bids or anything. Nobody pre-bids in the mornings. Firehouse. All right, I'm going to run this one time for what's left for choice and see if anybody wants any of that. And then we're going to rate out to in the morning. I thought it was in the evening shows I had some pre-bids. But our belly button count, I think, was 5 today. So that was good. So I'm going to run choice on this, choice of that stack, and then Bishy, who we rating out to? There's nobody selling in the cassettes category. Do you have somebody in mind? Belly buttons are so gross. I think that's why Bishy counts them. Thank you, Kelsey. Alrighty, got that one for you, Kelsey. Thank you, guys. What are we rating to? Ray Daddy resells. Alright, we'll see what Ray Daddy resales is. Ray Daddy. Alright, let's check out Ray Daddy resells. Thanks, guys.